All right, welcome to another lesson. In this lesson, we're going to take a look at a reggae-inspired strumming pattern. You're going to use your guitar pick for this one. You're going to play some bar chords, but I'm also going to show you how to play this without necessarily having to use bar chords, because it's really all about the offbeat. And what I mean by that is instead of playing on the 1, 2, 3, 4, we're playing on the ands, so the offbeat. So we're going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, so this kind of music, it's not just exclusively used in reggae music. It's used in lots of different types of music. There's a band here in Canada called Magic. They use a lot of this style of strumming. So it's really, really good stuff, and it's good to kind of expose yourself to different types of strumming, different styles, just to make you a more well-rounded guitarist. So let's take a closer look at my hands. Now, I told you that we're going to be playing on the offbeats. So typically what ends up happening is there's a bass player. Let's say you're playing in a band. The bass player will play the bass notes on the 1 on the, so we're going 1, 2, 3, 4. And you almost have to imagine that's happening when you're just playing guitar on your own, because that really helps define the sound. So we're not able to necessarily do that. We're kind of relying on our imagination a bit to kind of feel that bass note coming in on the 1. So 1, and we're going and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Just so you know, what I'm doing with my fretting hand is I'm playing an A chord, really an A bar chord, but in a lot of reggae inspired music, you're playing a lot of the higher strings. So higher as in higher tone. So sometimes I'll just play just like this, because I'm just playing the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, sometimes 4th strings. But you can play the full bar chord as well, which is I'm just using the E shape and then barring that 5th fret to make an A. Now, I told you that we're going to be using bar chords. We don't necessarily have to use the bar chords. You can play the same chord here, which is an A chord, and then we're going to move to a D chord, and then an E chord. So A, D, E, back to A. I prefer the bar chords just because you get to really use some of those higher strings. And I think that really defines that sound. So again, we have to really imagine that on beat 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and our strumming hand is playing the offbeats. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And I'm mostly just strumming the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd strings. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. In the beginning of the video, I was doing an upstroke as well. So I was going. Then I was using my hand to mute the strings. So down, up, mute. 1 and a, and a, and a, and a. Sometimes I'll just lift my fretting hand off the frets just a little bit, because that you can mute them that way as well. So I'm muting them with my strumming hand, but I'm also muting with my fretting hand just by lifting just a little bit off the frets. So 1 and a, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. If you're playing it down here, the A chord, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and. Still works, just it doesn't have the same effect. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Then we're moving to the D chord. Now this shape, similar to the A shape, it's the same shape, but now we've got to bar the 5th fret and use your 3rd finger to bar the 3 strings here on the 2nd string, 3rd string, and 4th string. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a... Same idea, muting with your strumming hand and also muting with your fretting hand. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a... Then I'm sliding up. Now I'm playing an E, which is the same as this here, but I'm just playing it up here. Same shape as the D back here. So this is our E bar chord using the A shape. So we're barring the 9th fret for the 2nd string, 3rd string, and 4th strings, and then we're barring the 7th fret with our index finger. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a... Then move back to the D again. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and then back to the A shape, the A bar chord. So all together, starting on the A to the D to the E, back to D, and then finishing on the A. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. D, E, back to A. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a... half a bar, back to A. 1 and a 2 and a... If you're playing the open chords here instead of the bar chords, you're going to go like this. Starting on the A, 1 and a... D, E, D, A. All right, this is a really fun pattern to play. It takes a little bit to get used to because we're playing on the offbeats. You really have to feel where you're playing it and how you're playing it. Feel the 1, and then you're playing the offbeat. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a... It's a fun little progression. Have fun with that. Enjoy it. And I'll see you for another lesson very soon.